Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, now I'm going to cover the last days of July, and it's a doozy. So hang in there and listen up. We have lots to go over. I am going to be covering July 23rd through the 31st, so it's a little more than a week. So with this, I am going over where the moon is as it changes signs, and with that, how all the other planets are in relationship to this moon. We have a lot to talk about, and what I want you to know is I'm talking about from Central Time Zone. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Let me know where you are in the comments down below. But most of all, what sign the moon's in and what nakshatra it's in really reflects what we're feeling throughout the day. And I want you to understand, this is global. This is for what's going on in the sky. If you want to better understand how this affects you personally in your own chart, you're going to want to get my app, which is Galactic Planner. Now, let's get going. I'm talking about Thursday, July 23rd. And this is a Thursday. And hallelujah, Mercury turns direct today. I know there's a shadow period where it kind of influences things more. But I do find the day that it turns retrograde, the day that it turns direct are very unusual days, because it's changing directions. And when it changes directions, realize that people change their minds. Because first they're going one direction, then they're going another. This is very obvious. And Mercury is stationing, I find it fascinating, at 22 degrees of Gemini, which actually conjuncts the Sun in the United States chart, which means there will be some big happenings in the US with this Mercury going direct today. And another thing is Venus is in an unusual aspect with Saturn. It's called the quincunx, and it means that things in the area of love and romance aren't the way they should be. There's like just some things that just need to get ironed out in your relationships. But the moon being in Scorpio today is debilitated now. That is a difficult place from the moon. And what I feel from this difficult place is there's another thing coming up where this Neptune is going to be aspecting the moon, as well as Uranus opposing it and Jupiter trining the moon. This is like a big emotional day, and things can be coming together, but it is not so easy. And Jupiter is being more and more influenced by the Sun, so it is getting combustion. So it's not as strong as it has been. It's still pretty good, though, by the fact that it is in Cancer. So let's see what we see from Friday, July 24th. The moon is smack dab in the middle of Scorpio. And I forgot to mention that yesterday it was still in Vishaka, but it moves into Anuradha. Anuradha is the nakshatra. It's said to be a friendship, but it's a little heavy because the moon is debilitated, let's face it. And today it's going to be opposed Mars and oppose Uranus. So there are some unexpected events that occur today. And Mars is actually at a very touchy degree. I've noticed this 23 degrees in the zodiac causes all sorts of upsets. So today there can be some type of violence, upsets, things going wrong. Be aware. But with this, Mercury is direct, and let's see, no, the moon does sit at the midpoint between Rahu and Ketu, actually the 23rd and the 24th, an intense day emotionally all around for everyone. I think things could change unexpectedly on a dime today, and there could be some type of violence that breaks out. Now I'm looking at Saturday, July 25th, and the moon is in Scorpio the whole day today, and it will, towards the end of the day, go into it, or in the evening. In the evening, it will be becoming Gandanta. So people are going a bit crazy today, losing their head, not being in control, because the moon is exactly opposed Mars. This can be violence, this can be upsets. And Jupiter Sun, Jupiter is close to the Sun now, within a 3 or 4 degrees. This is intense, 3 degrees. Jupiter is losing its power during this time. And the main thing for you to be aware of is the Mars-Uranus opposing the moon. Expect the unexpected. Now I'm looking at July 26th. This is a Sunday. And the moon finally goes into Sagittarius today. But it is in the nakshatra called Mula. And Mula means, well, it can be the most destructive because it is ruled by the goddess Nriti. That is the god of destruction. So sometimes this destruction's what's been needed in terms to clear things up. But things are becoming very intense today. And really, I could say for the past few weeks, we're feeling this heaviness because today Saturn turns retrograde. It means Saturn is standing still. And it is in a very intense place. It can stir things up in terms of storms and catastrophes. And most of all, people are feeling a sense of heaviness and responsibility coming over them, that they feel more responsible about things, especially in their workplace. But be aware that in your home, because Saturn does go to the 4th from the moon, things need to be ironed out. And people aren't feeling as secure as before. Saturn 4th from the moon. And the Jupiter Sun go to the 8th house from the moon. So this is kind of a interesting place where people feel insecure. Now I'm looking at July 27th. It's a Monday. The moon will be in Sagittarius all day, but it will be in the nakshatra Purva Ashada. I love that nakshatra. It's about finding the truth and what's real. It's about justice too. And the moon is exactly opposed Mercury. Everyone is overthinking everything today. So if you feel like you can't make a decision, just make a decision and stick by it. Because when the moon aspects Mercury, you tend to overthink it way too much. Make a firm decision and stick with it. And Saturn being still 4th from the moon, maybe there's things that need to be ironed out in the home with the family, but I know that there's a little bit of insecurity of what's going on in the world. And Jupiter is really combusts the sun today because it is not yet exactly the same degree. Jupiter's power is diminished during this time. So be aware of what's happening. But the moon is very bright. It is growing in light. And this is a time that you can move forward with projects going forward. Now I'm looking at July 28th, and it is almost the full moon. You could actually say that today it's full, because I think it might actually be full on the 29th in the wee hours in the morning. But the moon is opposed to the sun, and the moon is coming to a place where it's going to align with Pluto. But just remember, the moon is extremely bright today. And really, Jupiter, even though it's 12 degrees and the sun is 11 degrees, it's just about cazimi. So it's going to gain in its brightness. And what I find is the stock market and the economy will excel. Things will increase. Things are going better, but only temporarily, because this cazimi is very temporary. So let's move to and talk about this full moon that happens on July 29th, Wednesday. It is an incredible full moon. On this day when the moon is full, and it does happen during the day. I thought it happened in the early hours. No, it's going to be happening somewhere around 10:30 or 11 Central Daylight Time. And what happens is Jupiter and the sun are exactly conjunct. This is cazimi. This usually makes the stock market and the economy, things are bright, things are amazing, temporarily. While Jupiter becomes one with the sun, and the sun throws out the Jupiter optimism to the world. And what I'm seeing on this bright, incredible day is it is also an Adhi Yoga. And actually, I missed this because on the 28th, as soon as the moon got into, Capricorn, we have an Adhi Yoga. So that would have been July 28th and July 29th, that the three benefics go 6, 7, 8 from the moon. Mercury is in the 6th house, Jupiter's in the 7th house, and Venus is in the 8th house from the moon. And this gives power, this gives brightness, this gives awareness, and uplifts everyone in the world during this time. Consciousness and awareness are opening, and world leaders are becoming stronger in a positive way, probably coming together, trying to make things work. This is a very auspicious yoga. Even though I will say Jupiter is a little bit changed in its energy by being cazimi, and Venus is with Ketu. But overall, it's an amazing day, but there's one more aspect I have to mention, and that is that Mars is squaring Venus exactly. And what this means is relationships can be a little difficult. Be aware of how you're treating your partner, and it could even be a day that there can be great passion, but take it easy in the area of relationships. Okay, so now I want to go to July 30th, which is a Thursday. And the moon will still be in Capricorn the entire day. And it will be in the nakshatra called Dhanishta. And Dhanishta is the richest one. But I will say throughout this day, we also have the Adhi Yoga going on, which is remarkable. And it was actually a month ago when we had the other moon in Capricorn. It wasn't the full moon, but it was a moon in Capricorn, that we also had the perfect Adhi Yoga. But this is still a bright, expect positive things to come out of these 3 days while the moon is in Capricorn, because we're going to have new leadership. We're going to have people coming together, and it is going to be transformational. And people are waking up. Capricorn is the sign of government. So things are coming together, being organized concerning issues around the government. Now let's go to the last day of July. July 31st is a Friday. The moon comes together with Rahu. This can be intense, and the moon will be in Aquarius in the nakshatra Shatabishak. Shatabishak is the nakshatra that is so intense. It's called the Sky Watcher. Don't forget. Issues and things about space, the sky, alien life is out now. This is the month that I said it would all come together. And this is going to change everyone's outlook on the world. So I am predicting that this is the month. Doesn't have to be exactly this day, but the whole month of July, that it will become mainstream news that we are not alone. And like I always say, none of you are people that disbelieve it. All of you, if you're following my channel, you know there's alien life out there. It's just when the people, the masses, they are told that it's true, it's real, it can cause mass chaos in the world because it doesn't fit into their world of beliefs. And that can be scary for some people. And then they'll start thinking they're going to attack us and all that crazy stuff. You know, they've been here forever. And if they wanted to destroy us, they could have a long time ago. They are evolved. They know better than to destroy and kill like humanity does. That's probably why they've stayed quiet for so long, because we're a violent, humanity is violent. Not all of us, but as a whole, there's too much violence in the world. So that's what I want you to know. And this is an amazing month. And with the moon being with Rahu, do be aware that things in space, things in the sky, there could be some crazy things going on. So air travel is still under scrutiny, but this is an important month for transformation, change, higher consciousness, revelations we've never seen before that make our world different. Things can never be the same after the month of July. So with that, I think I'll close. If you would like more information on me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. Sign up for my free newsletter and check out all the offerings I have there on my website. Thank you.